Hi everyone, Tom from Surfer here, and in this video I will answer the question what is NLP in SEO context and how you can use it to skyrocket your organic traffic. If you ever type NLP in Google, you might have noticed two different meanings of this acronym: Neuro-linguistic programming and natural language processing. But don't get confused. The first one has nothing to do with SEO, but it's a popular topic worldwide, especially for sales coaches. The second is the main topic of our discussion today. It's not an easy task to teach machines understand how we, humans, communicate with each other. That's why scientists and engineers from around the globe work on new technologies that could help them understand not just the words, but also the real intention behind them. But why do companies like Google even bother to develop those technologies? Well, Google's mission is to help people find the most relevant information, and that's the core of their existence. To feed us with the right content at the right time, they have to understand the real intention behind the query. This is why Google has been working for so many years on techniques for NLP, and in 2018 they developed BERT. If you've been involved in SEO industry in October 2019, you probably heard about Algorithm Core Update. It was one of the biggest ever, definitely the biggest in the last 5 years. So what stands behind this mysterious algorithm? BERT stands for bidirectional encoder representations from transformers. As opposed to directional models like word-to-vec, which read the text input sequentially, left to right or right to left, the transformer encoder reads the entire sequence of words at once. This characteristic allows the model to learn the context of words based on all of its surroundings. And that makes BERT so powerful. Okay, we went through some theory, let's jump into, well, more theory, but right now I will focus specifically on SEO. Disclaimer, you will be able to use all of the things we'll discuss right now for free with Google tools. Google's natural language processing API is available for everyone and can be used for entity recognition, content classification, and sentiment analysis. What are those elements? Entity analysis provides information about entities in the text, which generally are words or phrases which can be identified, classified, and categorized by Google. Examples of objects are famous people, events, number, organizations, etc. Because Google spends significant budget on classifying them, we can assume that it's an important hint for the algorithm. Salience represents the entity's importance in the whole text. The range oscillates from 0 to 1. The higher salience value, the more important and relevant the entity is for the subject of the page. For example, the word evening may be much more important than morning when we talk about dinner. Sentiment analysis attempts to determine the overall character of the text: positive, neutral, or negative. The positive sentiment means that the topic is described favorably. It has positive words like great, guru, hero, outstanding, etc. Negative sentiment suggests the usage of detrimental statements in the content. As you probably have already guessed, those pages use words like hate, weak, stubborn, danger, etc. As you can see, Google by itself shares with us important words and phrases that we can use for our topic. So using them in our content will increase the relevancy in the Google's eyes. There are two ways to get the list of important words and phrases that you should use in your text. First, find one or more competitors who rank high in Google. If you are writing an article, make sure your competitor is also an article. Go to the Google NLP API demo tool. Copy-paste content from your competitor's page to Google's NLP API demo. Copy entities with the highest salience score and paste it to your spreadsheet. You can do the same with other competitors as well to get better results. Voila! You have a list of relevant keywords that you should use in your content. For the second way, I will use Surfer and the NLP feature. It uses Google API to automate and speed up the process I described before. Go to the Content Editor tool, provide your target query, pick the location where you want to rank, and turn on the NLP. Customize a list of competitors that Surfer will include in the analysis. Pick only the ones with the highest content score. If they scored well, they must have done their on-page homework and they are your best benchmark for the analysis. A page with a score below 60 is not a good point of reference. Keywords and phrases with a blue badge are entities scraped directly from Google's NLP API. Save changes and paste your existing content, start writing from scratch, or share a link to the interactive editor to your copywriter. The second thing we'll do is sentiment analysis of the SERP. If your content targets the wrong sentiment, it can be a handbrake for your position. If there are only pages with the positive sentiment, you can assume that's the way to go. However, if the sentiment is rather negative, you may want to focus on downsides in your content. To make use of the sentiment score, you can compare your site to other sites in SERP and look for the correlations. Of course, correlation is not a causation, but it still can be an important hint. To find out what's the sentiment of the SERP, you can use the spreadsheet and Google NLP API demo. Just paste content from saved sites and then copy sentiment results. Paste it to the spreadsheet and create a chart. Do it for all pages from the top 10, or you can speed up the process and use Surfer's SERP analyzer. Pick your keyword and location, turn on NLP sentiment analysis, wait for the query to load and open it. On the left, there are over 500 factors that Surfer checks for your keyword. On the top, there is NLP sentiment that you can turn on to get the sentiment analyzed in a matter of seconds. If the score is above 0.25, it indicates positive sentiment. As you can see, the sentiment on pages that rank for term SEO is definitely positive. We could assume that writing negatively saturated content won't take us closer to ranking high for that term. But is that all worth your time and effort? Well, some time ago, I had a conversation with Matthew Woodward, who told me that NLP impacted his processes. So I asked him if he would like to share some results with you, and he agreed. Matthew, screen is yours.
Hey, Matthew Woodward here. We baked the Surfer-based NLP reports into all of our content creation and optimization processes back in January 2020, which are delivering great results, whether it's a new site like this one or an existing site that we optimized with Surfer as part of our quick win SEO process. If you're not building or optimizing your content with Surfer's recommendations, you're leaving a lot of search traffic on the table.
I hope that after this video you have an idea on how you could incorporate NLP to your SEO activities to take advantage of the new exciting technology. Write NLP for the win in the comment section if you stayed with me till the end. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.